Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, January the 16th, and it is very cold here at my house. This morning when I got up, it was, I want to think, maybe 16 degrees, and the temperature is going to be dropping all day long till it gets down to 0. And I don't know if you can see back behind me how white it is back there, but that is snow. I have about 8 to 9 inches or more of snow here at my house today, so I am not going to be going anywhere. I'm going to be staying in probably for the next couple of days because it is very, very cold. So, not to mention my car is buried under this big blanket of snow. I stay in and drink hot tea or hot chocolate and munch on whatever food that I can find and stay in my sleep jammies. So I'm coming from you today with a very casual and laid back type of look. You can see Trixie. She's piled up on the bed, and I can tell you now she has hated this snow. She has absolutely hated it. I am wreaking havoc trying to get her to go outside to do what doggies need to do outside. But I finally cleared off a little spot for her, but she will not go to the spot that I cleared off. And within 3 hours after I cleared it off, it was filled back up again. So I'm going to try to go out today. We're not supposed to get any snow over the next few days, but we're supposed to get it again on Thursday. So we'll see. We have truly had snowmageddon here. We haven't had this much snow since the blizzard of '93. So it's been really, really difficult here because we are not used to snow like this here in Eastern Tennessee. It's just not something that happens very often. But I was thinking today about the Robert Frost poem that I read several years ago, and I wanted to revisit it a couple of lines real quickly because it reminded me of that. First line is, "Late lies the wintry sun abed, a frosty, fiery, sleepy head." And that's the truth. The sun is not out. It isn't out. And then on down further, it says, "The cold wind burns my face and blows its frosty pepper up my nose." And I went out yesterday a little bit with Trixie and walked her down the road, and she was pulling with all her might to try to get back into the house. She didn't like it, and the snow was nowhere nearly as deep as it is now. I went out fairly early yesterday morning, so I'm getting ready to go ahead and do my workout routine this morning, and I wanted to put on just a little bit of makeup and visit with you guys today and talk with you about, I know that I had posted some things. I had posted a video of some books that I had bought at McKay's, and I told you that as I read them, I would let you all know how they went. And so that's what I'm going to do this morning. I'm going to just put on a little bit of makeup, not much, just enough to make me not look quite so pale for the camera this morning. If I can couldn't find my foundation. We're going to use Mary Kay Luminous foundation today. Just a little bit. I'm not going to put very much on at all, just enough to kind of give me some color. I do have a couple of packages scheduled to go out to my Mary Kay customers today, so I'm interested to see if the mailman will make it up here to my house today, because I kind of live up the hill now from where I lived before, and we will just see we'll see if he makes it. I don't really look for it, but it's okay if he doesn't. I've told my customers that, I may not be able to get anything out until at least, it may even be Friday or Saturday, or it may even be Monday. It just kind of depends. So I do have something I need to pick up Monday that I won at an auction, and they are having pickup on Thursday, but I doubt it's going to be clear enough here for me to go run and get it. So I'm just using a little bit of the Luminous Beige N150, and I'm applying it all over my face. And after I've done that, I'm going to just use some of the cream cheek color. But before I use this, let's talk about those books. let's talk about those books while I'm doing this. I wanted to let you guys know the first book I read was The First Princess of Wales, and I finally finished that book. And the book wasn't a bad book. It ended up being a fairly decent book. It wasn't anything that I would probably ever read again, so I'm going to take that book back to the bookstore and, get a credit so I can buy something else. But it's once you get past the first few little portions of it, it's not bad. It's not bad reading. It just for me, and I don't know if it was just the mindset that I was in, but it was just really, really slow. It was just a very slow book. So I don't like a book that starts off slow. I really don't. I like a book that grabs you right up front, so I'll want to read more of it. But that book, it didn't. But I will say it did get better. When I got about a third of the way into it, it started speeding up a little bit. And that way, and once you learned the characters and all that kind of stuff, it was much better. So I'm going to use just a little bit of brow tint on my brows. I'm not going to use much because, like I said, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm just mainly doing this for the camera, not for any other reason. But the one I wanted to talk with you all about is, and I'm about halfway through, I started it a couple of days ago, and it's the book Where the Crawdads Sing. Here it is. I don't know if you all have read this book, and I am about halfway through the book. I read the reviews. I mean, this one has gone right like this. I mean, I have, sped through this book because this book is really, really good. It grabs you right up front. It's the story about a murder and a swamp girl. That's all I'm going to tell you. But the character development is excellent. I have really enjoyed the book so far. Now, we will see. I don't have any idea how this book ends up. I know they made a movie about it. I have not seen the movie. I don't know anything about the book. So, so far, so good. So far, everything is spot on with it. So, I would recommend it thus far. Now, next chapter I read, I might be like, oh, Lord, no, I don't know if I can recommend this or not. But so far, so good. And I'm going to try to at least get another fourth of the way through it today. I don't have a lot of other stuff to do, so I should be able to kind of get through that book today. I'm going to take this cheek color here that I just used, but it's a different color, and I'm going to use it up here on my eyelid. And I do not remember the names of these. These are a limited edition, but we have a lot of other stuff that's similar that you could do the very same thing with. You could do the same thing with our liquid eyeshadows or any of the highlighters, because all I'm doing is basically just giving my eye a little bit of color. I'm not looking to do any kind of thing in the crease or anything like that. That's all I'm doing is that right there. Then, after I've done that, I'm going to take my blue eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a little bit of lining, and I'm going to do this under my eye today. I'm not even going to do anything on my upper lid. I'm just lining my lower lid. I'm giving it a kick right there. This is all I'm going to line today. You can experiment with a lot of different looks. Now, if I were going out, I would line my upper lid. But as far as I know, I'm not going anywhere unless somebody comes after me with a four-wheel drive to take me somewhere. So after I've done that, I'm going to just use the Panorama Mascara. And I'm going to just apply this to my lashes. I have found, ladies, I used to love to read, and I read all the time. And then I went through a period where I didn't read much at all because I just had a difficult time. And the older I've gotten, the more I've noticed this. I had a difficult time finding anything that really held my interest very long. I mean, I truly had to really, really concentrate to be interested in it. And I don't know what caused that. I truly don't. But I know there was a time in my life I really had difficulty even just reading the Bible, because it was like, you know, I couldn't keep concentrated on it. And I think part of that is widowhood. You know, as you go through something like that, it's very, very difficult to get your mind back where it needs to be. But for the last few years, I have rekindled my interest in reading. Now, let me just say, that did not stop me from acquiring books. If you've watched my thrift store hauls, you know that I bought books all through this. But I've started reading again like I did when I was younger, a little younger, and I have really enjoyed doing that. And I have reread some of the old classic books that I read when I was younger. I took some time the weekend before last, and I read the 3 Nancy Drew books that I picked up. And that was wonderful to be able to go back and revisit my childhood. That was absolutely fantastic. Now, after I've done that, I'm not even going to use any lip liner. I'm going to take the same cheek color I use, which is this color right here, and I'm going to just tap this on my lips. This is actually a lip and cheek color. So all I'm doing is just giving my lip a little bit of color. I'm not really doing anything else other than that. And I'm done today, ladies. I hope you guys haven't had a snow like we have. I don't really mind it because I actually like snow. I like looking at it. I don't mind being out in it if I'm walking, and it doesn't bother me like that. I think it's beautiful when it falls. In fact, I left my back door open with just my storm door so I could see out yesterday, so I could see it falling, and I watched it all day long off and on. And I have actually discovered that there's a couple of cardinals that I've been trying very hard to get a picture of, but every time I go to the window, they fly off. So I finally got a picture that was far away, but then when I zoomed it in, you could barely see the cardinal. The cardinal just looks like a leaf sitting on the tree. But I've really enjoyed watching them play around in the snow and just sitting on my back fence. It's been really cool. So, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Love you guys. May the Lord be with you. God bless. Bye-bye.